Hmm. So I want to sit here and just contemplate what's going on in the world. Let's not deny it. We are going through a very, very chaotic and dramatic and very stressful time. Um, we had COVID, which the world is really, really recovering from quite well. We had that pandemic with the masks and the regulations for going into stores, the regulations for the sanitization for certain fruits and vegetables. And, not only that, but just how it was just fascinating to me and really um, unbelievable why a virus would begin in the spring and then it would occur in the summer season throughout, and then it would get worse in the fall because of course the temperature dropped. And the temperature drops, and it makes a lot of sense because in the fall, it's cooler out, it's fresher out. The leaves turn to different colors, red, gold, and yellow. And as the days dwindle down into their level of evenness of light and dark, um, and so there's all that went on, and the vaccines and people that were separated from their homes, separated from their families. They couldn't, um, over Christmas of 2020, it was very, very sad, very, very bad. I was feeling very blue and very down in the dumps that Christmas. It was very rough. I was feeling in a funk, and what I saw and what I perceived was pale. And if you go type in on YouTube the song Pale by Miss Kitty Grimm and you look to the lyrics of that song, that song was and would have been a wonderful medicine for any type of depression, any kind of thing going on where, all the resources were being very stripped away at Walmarts and other places. And the fact that um, everything at the beginning of March was just fine, just wonderful, booming, bustling. The world was in enjoyment and people were living their lives. Everything was normal. But then I think I want to use the metaphor of the US moving through a Pluto transit. Because what is Pluto? It's dark, it's black in color. It is the planet that is all about death and transformation. And the United States definitely transformed throughout the whole experience of the coronavirus, and how this impacted um, everyone in the world, everyone in the United States, in Russia, in Ukraine, um, in Asia, in Europe, in Canada. Um, and so we've had that going on. And I just want to Google what the word pandemic means. What does the word pandemic mean? The word pandemic means um, prevalent over a whole country or the world. So, so this is a disease. This is a disease. COVID was definitely a disease, and in a way, you see, movie. I forget what it's called. Um, I was in a science class and I saw some of the movie. I did not see all of the movie, but it did have to do with the disease, and it did have to do with the disease impacting um, children, families, Contagion. That was the name of the movie, Contagion. It certainly was contagious. People were certainly vulnerable to it. Most definitely. So, um, all of these themes and forms of government throughout history, especially in World War II and the Cold War with Plutonian and the planet Pluto, just all about the depths and the taboos and um, the real um, dark stuff as well. So that's Pluto. And indeed, the Ukraine and Russians are going through um, very, very tough and very dark times right now. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are being stripped away from their rights um, and homes. And I mean, I'm not going to try to guess what's going on because, the last thing that I want to do is change what is real, what are facts, what is logical and legitimate. So for this particular live stream, I'm not going to do that. I believe, I strongly believe it as a fact that in the end, regardless of the journey, regardless of the experience, regardless of the situation, that good will prevail over evil. Good will prevail over evil. um, turning the darkness into light. If good did not prevail over evil, what kind of a world would we be living in now? If that wasn't the case, if that wasn't possible, even in a small example of if you go and watch um, Darman films, which are pretty obvious and are simplistic and black and white in so many respects, and I think it has times and things that happen in the stories that really are very obvious and are very simplistic. And when life is very complicated, it's very, very complicated. Certainly more complicated than how the Doorman films, which teach various lessons, um, display that out to be, display life out to be. Um, and so, I'm reminded of a quote, and I don't remember exactly what the quote, how it's actually said, but I believe it's by Albert Einstein. And this is not the exact quote. It probably isn't. Probably is most certainly not the quote. However, it does go something like this: you can either view everything as a miracle or nothing as a miracle. And, that's what I want to talk about. Regardless of the situation, good would prevail over evil. And yes, there are some technicalities to it, and there are the facts and the matter and the details, and they matter. They matter significantly compared to, and I'm just saying this matter of factly, is that the Revolutionary War occurred, and now we have this, and things are more powerful than they are now. How can you rise above the fray? How can you be in abundance? How can you shift your energy, shift your focus, and realize all that you have now, and come at it from a higher place and state of being, and count your blessings and choose to be at peace. Look at positive things, look at happy things, things that bring you joy, um, bring you abundance, um, and how they can make you feel better and get you out of the situation which is what is going on in the world now. So thank you for watching.